Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all on this e-learning platform of MVP Samaj, KRT Arts, BH Commerce, and AM Science College, popularly known as KTHM College. Dear friends, I am sure you all are healthy and safe and taking care of yourself and your beloved ones in this critical COVID 19 pandemic situation. In today's session, I am going to deal with the core paper 3.1. The name of the paper is Indian Writing in English. This paper attempts to offer an overview of Indian writing in English. Friends, you all are familiar with CBCS pattern, that is choice-based credit system. Already in earlier videos, Tushar sir and Kanchan ma'am cleared you everything about CBCS pattern. So, there is no need to explain CBCS pattern again. In today's session, I am going to deal with a poem, Autumn Song, by renowned Indian political activist and a poet. This online session aims to make the students able to know more about Sarojini Naidu. This session also aims to develop students' ability to critically examine and restate their understanding. It aims to develop literary sensibility among students through exposure to Indian writing in English. It also aims to make students acquire the skill to appreciate the text. Dear friends, since we are dealing with online teaching learning sessions, it becomes very important to acknowledge the sources from which we take images and content of our presentation. For this presentation, I have taken few images and text of the poem from two sources. So I duly acknowledge Pixabay license for providing copyright-free images and Google search engine for providing the text of the poem. Today we are going to deal with the poem Autumn Song by the renowned Indian poet Sarojini Naidu. This is all about Sarojini Naidu. She was born on 13 February 1879 in a Bengali family in Hyderabad. She was educated in Chennai, London, and Cambridge. She was an Indian political activist and poet and the first Indian woman to be the president of the Indian National Congress. Naidu's work as a poet earned her the sobriquet Nightingale of India by Mahatma Gandhi. She was called Bharat Kokia by Rabindranath Tagore. She passed away of a cardiac arrest on 2nd March 1949. Sarojini Naidu led an active literary life. Her first volume of poetry, The Golden Threshold, was published in 1905. The Bird of Time and The Broken Wing attracted huge Indian and English readership. In 1914, she was elected as a Fellow of the Royal Society of Literature. Naidu's collected poems, all of which she wrote in English, have been published under the titles The Sceptred Flute, which was published in 1928, and The Feather of the Dawn, it was published in 1961. Here is a text of the poem Autumn Song by Sarojini Naidu. Now let's read and appreciate the poem. Now I'll read the poem. Like a joy on the heart of a sorrow, the sunset hangs on a cloud, a golden storm of glittering sheaves, of fair and frail and fluttering leaves. The wild wind blows in a cloud. Hark to a voice that is calling to my heart in the voice of the wind. My heart is weary and sad and alone, for its dream like the fluttering leaves have gone. And why should I stay behind? Autumn Song by Sarojini Naidu is a metaphorical poem in which the poet compares the season of autumn with the condition of her heart after losing a dream, probably someone she loved. Finally, she decides to move on. The poem consists of 2 stanzas having 5 lines each. The rhyme scheme is XA, BBA, XA, BBA. The poet uses a number of literary devices like simile, personification, alliteration in the poem. Now we'll appreciate and read the first stanza of the poem Autumn Song. The poem is divided into 2 stanzas. Now I'll go through the first stanza. Like a joy on the heart of a sorrow, the sunset hangs on a cloud, a golden storm of glittering sheaves, of fair and frail and fluttering leaves. The wild wind blows in a cloud. Now we'll appreciate the text stanza wise. The poet begins the poem by comparing the joy of sorrowful autumn with sunset light on the cloud which is golden. Autumn is a season in which trees lose their greenery. However, the loss of green leaves leads to golden color, which again makes the trees beautiful. The joy of autumn is similar to sun's joy, which appears after losing its sunshine during the time of sunset. Rather than its bright light, it appears to be golden and beautiful. The first 2 lines, like a joy on the heart of a sorrow, the sunset hangs on a cloud, suggests that the poet is trying to find joy in the loss of something. In the 3rd line, a golden storm of glittering sheaves, the poet says that During autumn, there is a golden storm of glittering sheaves. Here, glittering sheaves means shining heaps or bundles of golden leaves which are fair and frail and fluttering. That is, they are pure golden, weak and flying here and there, thus producing a golden storm. This wild wind blows in a cloud, and it is what makes the clouds take away the joy of sunlight and make the leaves break from trees and break into small fragments that make the atmosphere golden. This stanza is quite symbolic and has profound and deep meaning. The autumn here is the autumn of a poet's heart which has lost a dear one. There are clouds of sorrow in her heart. The fragments of weak leaves symbolize the pain of loss which blows like the wild wind on the heart. Now, we will deal with the stanza 2. Hark to a voice that is calling, to my heart in the voice of the wind. My heart is weary and sad and alone, for its dream like the fluttering leaves have gone, and why should I stay behind? In the second part of the poem, the poet asks to listen to a voice that is calling to her heart in the voice of the wind. The tree's voice can be heard during the storm when it has left. However, in autumn, its leaves become weak and tear away, leaving the tree whose voice cannot be heard in the storm. Like the lonely and sorrowful tree, the heart of the poet is also weary and sad and alone, because like the leaves of the tree, it has lost its dreams or a beloved. In the last line of the poem, and why should I stay behind, there is a complete shift from remorse and mourning to a sense of moving on or a change. As the trees, after losing their joy in the form of leaves, move on and hope for next spring, the poet says that she should also move on, because there is no sense in mourning for something which is no more. Friends, the success of online video lies in students' attentiveness, going through activities. Hence, that's why in the description box of this video, I have provided a link of Google form containing few questions on this poem. I advise you to go through the Google form and submit it. I hope you have enjoyed this session. We will meet again with another video on the next topic. Thank you.